Growing up, pie was one of those items that just almost seemed normal. We had pie so often, but we always knew all the time and effort it really took to make. We were always so excited when Mom had a fresh pie for us in the evening, and we never got tired of it no matter how often we had it. Rhubarb was one of my favorite pies, and this rhubarb is boosted with crystallized ginger, which really adds such a depth of flavor and really is unique. You can of course leave it out if you don't like it, but I think once you try it, you're gonna see why this rhubarb pie is one of the best and is soon gonna become one of your favorites too. To start, you just wanna make sure you dice your washed and cleaned rhubarb. Depending where you buy it, you never know where it's been, so make sure to wash it thoroughly. Let it dry and then chop it really fine. Once you have your rhubarb ready, you can just throw it into your bowl. And then chop up your crystallized ginger really finely. I know this may seem like an odd ingredient, and maybe you're not used to using crystallized ginger, but it's one of those things that's really fun to play around with in the kitchen and especially in baking. It's kind of gummy, so it could be hard to chop it up, but chop it up as finely as you can. Next, you just need to add some sugar and some cornstarch. Of course, a little bit of salt always brings out the other flavors better, and stir it all together. Place it into your pre-formed pie shell. I love to use my favorite pie shell recipe, and if you have one, use yours. If not, make sure to click the annotation and you can watch my pie recipe and you can make it along with me. To finish this off, I'm making a really unique hazelnut streusel topping for this pie. It is another unique item that's just a little bit different than the normal streusel topping you might be used to. To start, just toast off some hazelnuts. You can buy hazelnuts in your grocery store. You may not be used to buying them, but they really are a fun nut to use. They have a little bit different flavor than the normal almonds or walnuts, and they really are delicious. Toast them off in your oven until they're just beginning to brown and smell fragrant. Pull them out and let them cool. Once your hazelnuts have cooled slightly, just place them in a food processor and then just pulse them lightly until they're somewhat chopped. You don't want them completely fine like powder or flour, but just a good texture. In a bowl, you just want to place a little bit of flour, your oatmeal, some brown sugar, and then add your hazelnuts and a little bit of cinnamon. Just stir that together until it's incorporated. To finish this off, just cut in some cold butter. Cut in the butter until you have a fairly even crumb. It'll be about pea-sized pieces. You don't want any huge pieces of butter sitting around, and you don't want it so finely done that it's just all powder. A little bit of texture goes a long way. Before you place the streusel on your pie, just dot the top of the pie with a little bit of butter, and then pour that wonderful streusel topping right on top. I like to make my pies extra thick, and so I really pile them on because rhubarb really does cook down. I like to bake my pie on top of this specially designed pan for baking pies. It has a silicone middle so it really keeps the pie from skidding around and it catches all the drippings. But do not feel bad if you don't have one. I know it's not normal. I just love to have every kitchen gadget that comes out. So if you don't have one, just line a big cookie sheet with parchment paper and then place your pie on that in the oven. It works just as well. Place it into your preheated oven and let it bake until it is bubbling around the edges. That's when you know the cornstarch has really activated all the way through and it's gonna thicken those juices perfectly. Pull it out, and I know it's hard, but now you have to just let it cool down. If you would eat it right now, it would be, for one, way too hot, you would burn your mouth, and the pie would just go everywhere and be way too thin. As it cools, the filling sets and becomes a lot thicker. Once it's cooled down for at least 4 hours, you can slice your pie. I find this streusel topping can sometimes be a little bit harder than others, so it might work best to use a serrated knife. Cut a big thick piece and then put it on a plate and enjoy. This seriously is a delicious pie. A little bit tart, A little bit unique with that crystallized ginger, but absolutely amazing. Serve it to your guests and they are gonna want it time and again. Thanks so much for watching this video, and if you like it, make sure to click like below and leave a comment. I love to hear how you guys are inspired by these videos. And if you want to see more great videos, make sure to subscribe to the Gray Boxwood channel. I would love to have you become part of the family. Thanks for watching.